I remember the break. There was a break because he was so frazzled by it. I mean, the judge asked him, "Do you need a break, Mr. Morrissey?" And he said, "I think I do." He'd been on the stand for several hours by this stage, and he went outside, and I'd gone outside, and it was just me and him together. And he came up to me and he said, "So, this is where it all ends."
The drummer with the legendary Manchester band The Smiths has won a High Court battle for £1 million of the group's profits. Mike Joyce claimed he was entitled to a quarter of the band's earnings during the 1980s. Lead singer Morrissey and guitarist Johnny Marr fought the case, insisting they were the Smiths' dominant figures.
Judge John Weeks' comments about Morrissey in his summing up took the singer and the court by surprise.
The judge had said of Morrissey that he was devious, truculent and unreliable, and those were the three words that really made the headlines afterwards. And I know Morrissey was appalled by that.
Finally, it seemed the Smiths' legal affairs were a closed book.
He seems in that instant to also stop being kind of amusing, or indeed some people would argue any good.
I think regardless of what anyone says about Morrissey, I think you see Morrissey live now, and it'll be a very unique live experience. I think the kind of audience he attracts is still that kind of almost, you know, people say semi-religious, but I suppose in a way it's the easiest way to describe it. You know, he's still a very charismatic performer.
I saw him quite recently, and it was just kind of absurd in a way to watch, like the way that all these people in the audience are probably like bankers and like head of, like, you know, corporations, just dressed up in their quiffs and their shirts, just going, you know, crying. It's just to have that effect. What is he now, 44 years old? For a 44-year-old man to walk on stage and make sort of 5,000 men cry. It's just I don't know, it's still kind of some weird kind of phenomenon.
Morrissey!
He's just so out on his own. He never fails to swarm people in. He's beautiful.
And he's goddamn gorgeous, and it's good to see him back in England.
People want to know what he's really like, and he never lets on, and everything that we need is there in the music.
With all the manufactured music going on today, you can still see he's relevant, he's sarcastic and sardonic as ever, and totally needed.
Did I enjoy it? I had a good night out, you know. I mean, it wasn't the Smiths, was it? But it was an all right night out, you know. It was sort of just about your money's worth, but not the Smiths.
But there's one place that Morrissey is still treated with the adulation he deserves: America.
I think, to be really honest with you, I'm very surprised he settled in America. But I can understand, he likes attention, he likes to be loved, and I think it was probably over here, everything moved on, and he realised that he didn't have that same following perhaps as he was still receiving in pockets of America. I mean, America's a huge place, and you know, I think it's the West Coast is where he's happiest, because that's where he's got a huge, you know, fan base still.
Good night, Morrissey. See you soon. Don't wait up. But if you do, I might make it worth your while. You fresh thing! I saw you looking down my shirt. I can't believe you did that. You must think I'm one of your little Hollywood tarts. Well, I'm not. And until we're married, I'll thank you to keep your hands to yourself. Now go to bed, you naughty Ned. No more kisses for you.
I don't know why he's gone to live in America. I do know that he likes all the kind of music that I like, that early sort of 50s pop music. You know, like people like Dion, and I would sing all these, Johnny Tillotson and all that sort of stuff. And used to sing all that stuff together. And I think it's something, maybe he's kind of fascinated by that part of American culture and its sleaziness.
Oh, I can't stay mad at you.
In early 2002, the New Musical Express decided to name the most important band of the last 50 years. The winner was the Smiths.
Well, I mean, that's how you sell newspapers, you know. You get that sort of thing all the time, but then you're having to make comparative judgments, which really can't be made, and you end up saying, you know, Tuesday's better than a piece of string, you know what I mean? And it's bollocks, basically, isn't it?
It begs the question whether the Smiths were the most important group of the past 50 years, and I think quite clearly they weren't. I don't think they were as important as the Beatles, and you know, I don't think there's many people that would reasonably suggest that they were. But as far as indie music is concerned, as far as possibly anything since 1982, 3, 4 is concerned, they certainly have a case, and certainly in Britain, yeah, for sure.
The Smiths' career only lasted 5 years, yet 20 years on, we're still talking about them. There's never been any question of them reforming. It could never happen. Perhaps it should never happen.
I'm not too sure whether I want to be on the stage with the Smiths now. With Morrissey 42, 3, whatever he is, and me 39, and Andy and Johnny 38. I think it was then, it was a time that in 1982 we met, and we had a hit single, and we brought out an album, and we did some tours, and then we split.
Life as a Smith could play hideous tricks on your brain. But what about life after the Smiths? Johnny Marr became a guitar gunslinger after the Smiths split. He's worked with The Pretenders, Electronic, The, and Oasis. Next year he's launching his own band, The Healers. Andy Rourke is currently working with A Badly Drawn Boy.
I'm in like 4 bands and never been busy. I'm playing with Badly Drawn Boy. You know, we're doing like a like a mini world tour, which will take me through to probably January, February. And I've got a band called Guilo with Matt Wardle and Robin Fowle, who are the guitarist and the keyboard player, with Badly Drawn Boy. And that's something I'm really excited about. It's really good stuff. And Mike also plays the drums in that.
Andy's replacement, Craig Gannon, is also still involved in music.
Over the last 3 or 4 years, I've sort of fulfilled my lifetime ambition of writing music for television. Adverts and the odd drama, a lot of documentaries, mostly for Granada TV. So that's the real thing that, you know, I'm sort of going towards, really. That's where my future lies, in in music, really. But I still love playing guitar, still love combing my hair.
Drummer Mike Joyce is now working with Bonehead from Oasis and is still pursuing Morrissey through the courts.
The fact of the matter is that the money that's owed to me at the moment from Morrissey is refusing to pay on the grounds that he's resident in the US, and the jurisdiction of the court, from the court order that was served in Great Britain, doesn't apply to him.
Stephen Patrick Morrissey, born in Davyhulme, West Manchester in 1959, now lives in Los Angeles, in a house built by Clark Gable. He rarely, if ever, gives interviews.